I met Jill. Her mother had cancer,
Mhm.
and we were putting together formulas for her, and she was put into the hospital on a hospice care, and she called me. Jill called me about 3 o'clock in the morning one morning, and she said, "My mom's bleeding out, and they're just going to let her bleed. They're just going to let her die." She said, "Honestly, I don't. I've got too much to say to her.
Right.
Please don't. What do I do?" Well, she had a G tube, and that's a feeding tube they put in your stomach.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, Jill, do you have any of the herbs with you?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Do you have the habanero?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, take a tablespoon of habanero and put it down the G tube, and call me back in 15 minutes." She called me back. She said, "It's still bleeding, but it looks like pellets. It's not blood.
Right.
It's pellets." I said, "Well, do it again. Put another tablespoon of habanero in her," and so she did, and the bleeding stopped.
That's awesome.
Um, Habanero will stop internal bleeding. That's hot, and that's another little trick I learned from Dr. Richard Schultz,
Yeah.
is that he uses that uh, for a number of different things. To blood pressure stabilizer. It's a blood purifier. It can stop internal bleeding. Um, so if you want to master an herb, master the habanero.
The habanero.
Yep, absolutely, because it's an amazing herb. Um,
Now, is there anything particular that makes the habanero special? Per, let's say, a jalapeno or a whatever, a different
well, they're all
style of
classed
pepper.
as a chili pepper because they're
Mhm.
hot, but serranos and you know I like using the habanero because they're about 250 300,000 heat units.
Mhm.
Now I know everybody's going, well, what about ghost peppers? The ghost peppers are not medicinal.
Right.
They're more of a challenge.
Just
You
because
know,
it's so hot, or what's the difference between them?
they're a little too hot, but you know you can
You can,
overstimulate your digestive system by giving it too much heat.
so the habanero has just that right
It
amount.
has the right mixture
Okay.
of the calcium in it that has about 250 300,000 heat units. When you start getting up to a million two, million three,
It's,
it's ridiculous. I mean, it's great that people can do that.
mhm.
I don't want to try it.
That's where you were saying even though herbs and vitamins and everything is all natural and it's safe for you, you keep it on to a narrow level to where you don't take it to the extreme.
Right.
That's
People
where
that
the
take it to extreme, you're going to end up with a digestive problem. You're going to end up with a lot of different problems that you have no idea what you're getting into.
no, no,
Um,
not gonna be worth it on that aspect.
oh no,
No way, no
that's not
way.
going to be that's not going to be a fun situation.